Dear friends, this is episode number 39. We are continuing with the difficult problem under Article 134 and 15.4 as to the maintainability of a suit or otherwise. I said about section 15.4 that the time in computing the period of limitation for a suit for possession. Suit for possession in the circumstances could only be under Article 65 on the basis of title for possession of immovable property or an interest therein. Article 64 is previous possession. That does not apply because it is on the basis of title that applies. So it is only Article 65. Period of limitation is 12 years, and that too not from the date of trespass or the date when the cause of action arises. Cause of action arises only when the possession of the defendant becomes adverse. Such protection is there in the 1963 Limitation Act. So can for a moment we forget all these legislative changes in the Limitation Act and also in the CPC and hold on a mere wording of Article 134 that this is the only remedy, after this you go to hell. That is not the correct view according to me. Next, title to the property or the right of the title holder will be extinguished only under section 27 of the Limitation Act. Such extinguishment takes place only after the expiry of the period limited for instituting a suit for possession of the property in question. The proceeding under Article 134 is not a suit for possession. Then how does the title of the auction purchaser get extinguished? After the period under Article 134, would the judgmentor get back title? Please answer that. Answer is no. Then who is the title holder? Can the title be kept under suspense? Who will pay the revenue? Who is accountable to the government? Suppose a third party trespasses upon, who will file the suit? Who has got title? See, all these things based on Article 134 alone, which is only a quick remedy. You for the time being forget about all those things and harp on 134 and say that after this everything is lost. It is very harsh. Answer on the basis of 27. Then I will agree. You need not say go to this Calcutta, that Calcutta, this Punjab, this Allahabad and make the whole thing clumsy. Look at the provisions. Look at the changes brought out, not only in the Limitation Act but in CPC. And then think of it, think of the plight of the litigants that will happen. And think of the title which the court gives its stamp of title to the auction purchaser. Then the court is bound to protect. Law is bound to protect him. See, for example, I am the auction purchaser. I am a stranger to the suit. I came to know that there is a court auction. I participated in the auction. I purchased it in court auction for a good price. I have to get delivery. I can get delivery under Article 134. The period of limitation is 1 year. I could not file. Or I filed it, it was got dismissed on some other ground, non-appearance or something like that. It also happens. And no application was filed within time to restore it. Section 5 of the Limitation Act cannot be applied. So are you saying that your rights, my rights are gone forever? I engaged a lawyer to get delivery. Under Article 134, he applied. But when the case was posted for hearing, that was opposed by the other side. When it is posted for hearing, the advocate did not appear. The application was dismissed. No application was filed to restore it. By the time I came to know of the dismissal of the application, I filed an application, but it was beyond time. Can the delay be condoned by the court in execution? No. Then what is my remedy? What is my remedy? You gave the title to me, but you are not prepared to give the rights of the title holder to me. Very strange. Very, very strange. What are the rights of a title holder? To possess and enjoy the property. Suppose somebody infringes upon your right, trespasses upon the property, you have got a right to approach the court. See, I have got a right to approach the court for redressal of my grievance. I can file a suit for injunction, or I can file, if you have trespassed upon the property, I can file a suit for possession based on previous possession, if I were in possession. Or that is a normal title holder, not court delivery. Suppose I am the title holder of a property. Property belongs to me. I have got these rights to possess and enjoy. Somebody trespassed upon, I can file a suit under Article 64 based on previous possession. Period of limitation is 12 years. Or I can file a suit under Article 65 based on my title. There the period of limitation is 12 years from the date when possession of the defendant becomes adverse. All these protections are there. That is when I am the owner of the property. Take that my status is different. I became the owner of the property by participating in a court auction. But I am disabled to exercise all these civil rights if I am a court auction purchaser. What is logic? Are you going to deny me the civil rights which otherwise a title holder has? How can you deny my rights? Next, another approach. That period is over. Court says, no, nothing can be done. The auction purchaser cannot get delivery. He cannot file a suit. There is no provision to condone delay. All right. Then title goes to whom? Would the title go to the judgmentor who was the owner of the property? By the court auction and confirmation of the sale, the title goes. Title vests in the auction purchaser from the date of sale under section 65. So there is no going back. There is no going back. So who is the title holder? The only answer is that the auction purchaser continues to be the title holder. Then has he got a right to exercise under Article 65? How do you say that right is not there? You may say section 47. 47 does not apply is my submission. 47 relates to execution, discharge or satisfaction of the decree. I do not go to the executing court at all. I go to the civil court, file a suit. Where is the question of section 47 coming in? Question of execution, discharge or satisfaction of the decree. I am not on that at all. I am exercising my civil right as a title holder, having got the property in court auction. How do you deny it? Yes. I will give another example. I am the auction purchaser. You are the judgmentor. Your property was sold. I purchased in court auction. I became the owner. I became the title holder. I got all the rights. I failed to apply under Article 134 of the Limitation Act within 1 year. Thereafter, I cannot have any remedy. That is a view. No remedy at all. All right. No remedy at all. No remedy at all. After this period of 1 year, I, the auction purchaser, trespass upon the property and oust you, the judgmentor. What is your right? What is your remedy? Can you file a suit against me under Article 64 on the basis of previous possession? No, because I am the title holder. And a suit under Article 64 would not lie against the title holder. Can you file a suit under Article 65 against me? No, because you are not the title holder. Can you file a suit under Section 6 of the Specific Relief Act? You may. You may get a decree also. So after you getting a decree, I file a suit on my title. My title is not lost. Can the court deny me the relief? Having held that you have got a right to file a suit under Section 6 of the Specific Relief Act, can the court deny my right to file a suit on title which is provided in Section 6 itself? This answer to this question will solve the problem. I did not apply under Article 134. You say that everything is lost. My right, everything. These are all amendment intended for speedy disposal. All right, agreed. I have no right to get delivery. But I forcibly evict you. What is your remedy against me? So in a way, by taking the view that after the period under Article 134 is over, you are promoting lawlessness. You are promoting high-handedness. You are protecting the lawbreakers. You are instigating persons to violate the law. Loss of peace will be the result. That is a problem. So it is very easy to say in a few sentences that but none of these decisions have approached the question in the correct perspective, did not spend time to decide all these things. But one of the benches, strongest benches said, after this period, the two benches said, after this period, the normal remedy of a suit is not lost. But that also not on the basis of any reasoning with respect to these provisions. Yes. Forcibly oust. Can the judgmentor file a suit under Article 64 or 65? No such suit will lie. The title of the judgmentor was lost on the sale in court auction. The judgmentor cannot institute a suit against the auction purchaser for recovery of possession under Article 65. Since the judgmentor is not the title holder, the only remedy available to the judgmentor in such circumstances is to file a suit under Section 6 of the Specific Relief Act. Suppose the judgmentor succeeds in the suit under Section 6 of the Specific Relief Act. The title holder, namely the auction purchaser, would be entitled to file a suit against the debtor judgmentor as provided in Section 6 of the Specific Relief Act itself. What would be the defense of the judgmentor in such a suit? Nothing. Because the auction purchaser is the title holder, this would unmistakably indicate that after the expiry of the period under Article 134, a suit on title by the auction purchaser is not barred. This is the only point. Answer that point. Then it is answered. Now we go to explanation C to Article 65. Explanation C. Article 65 says, for possession of immovable property or an interest therein based on title, 12 years. When the possession of the defendant becomes adverse to the plaintiff. Then explanation. For the purpose of this article, A, B, skip. C. For the purpose of this article, where the suit is by a purchaser at a sale in execution of a decree, when the judgmentor was out of possession at the date of sale, the purchaser shall be deemed to be a representative of the judgmentor who was out of possession. So, court auction sale took place. On the date of sale, the judgmentor was not in possession. He was ousted by a stranger. It was not brought to notice of the court. Who can file a suit against that stranger who trespassed upon? Can the judgmentor file a suit? No. By confirmation of the sale, title passes on to the auction purchaser. So the auction purchaser can file a suit. But it may be said that before you got title, the dispossession took place. So by a fiction, it is made that the auction purchaser shall be deemed to be the representative of the judgmentor. The difficulty arises this way, or the misinterpretation or interpretation arises this way. Section 47 says about the representative. The auction purchaser is a representative. Agreed. But here 65 explanation C speaks of something else. Not auction purchaser being a representative. Auction purchaser being a representative because on the date of sale the judgmentor was out of possession. That is why to protect his interest it is necessary. Now I will put a question. None of these things. Court auction sale takes place. On the date of sale, judgmentor was in possession. So explanation C to Article 65 will not apply. Sale took place. It is not confirmed. Somebody trespassed upon the property and ousted the judgmentor. He did not do anything. Then sale is confirmed. Sale certificate is issued. Going by section 65 of the CPC, the title of the judgmentor vests in the auction purchaser on the date of sale. So on the date of sale, who was in possession? Judgmentor. On the date of trespass, who was the title holder? The auction purchaser. So the auction purchaser can file a suit against that stranger and get a decree against him. But the auction purchaser cannot successfully file a suit against that stranger if the dispossession took place before the date of sale. That is why in explanation C to Article 65 such a provision has been added. That is not a provision so as to interpret section 47 of CPC. That may be taken as an interpretation because section 47 or representative. Then an argument is that auction purchaser is a representative. It is said, all right, agreed. Article 65C says so. Then I will put a question to Article 65C. What will happen if the dispossession took place after the sale? What will happen after the sale certificate is issued but before delivery? There is no answer. There need not be any answer. When the title passes, that title holder gets all the rights which a title holder has, should have. Otherwise it is not necessary. Suppose this is done, suppose that is done, what will happen? Law cannot make such provisions. Law declares the rights of parties, the infringements that may take place, the remedies, the forum where you have to approach. These are all the general things in a statute. If a right is created, or if there is any other civil right, just like Limitation Act, it regulates the procedure, it regulates the limitation for the purpose of suit, and set the principles therein. Nothing else. Article 134 cannot be a provision to destroy the civil rights of parties. The only provision is Section 27 of the Limitation Act. By holding that after the expiry of the period of limitation under Article 34, everything is lost, is to say you are violating Section 27. You are ignoring Section 27. You are holding contrary to Section 27. And the general principle is that by efflux of time, only the remedy is lost, not the right. And the only exception is in the case of immovable property, where a suit for possession has to be filed within a prescribed period, and that period is over, you did not file a suit, your rights is extinguished. That is the only exception. So law considers that title should not be kept in suspense. So far as the title holders are there, they have got specific rights. That title will go only on the efflux of time, on the expiry of the period of limitation, which is provided for a suit for possession. Article 134, period is lost, your rights are lost, your remedy is lost, your right is not lost, your remedy to file an application for getting delivery in execution is lost. Agreed. Auction purchaser loses that right. Agreed. He cannot again apply under Article 134 or any other article, or he cannot again apply under Article 136 within 12 years of the date of decree. That also Pattanka, Adarka, and this and that. We agree. What about the right? Would the right get extinguished? No. Where is the answer? Section 27. If that right is not lost, would the remedy be lost? No. What is the remedy? To file a suit. Then, suppose the judgmentator is dispossessed after the confirmation of sale and before delivery under Article 134. Read with 95. Also suppose that the auction purchaser had filed an application under Article 134 for delivery within time. How can the executing court effect delivery? Rule 95 of Order 21 will not apply, since the trespasser is not the person claiming under or on behalf of the judgmentator, or a person claiming under a title created by the judgmentator. You take Rule 95. The judgmentator was dispossessed by a trespasser after confirmation of sale and before delivery. What will happen? Would Rule 95 apply? See the wording of Rule 95. Rule 96 of Order 21 also would not apply, since the trespasser is not a tenant or other person entitled to occupy. 95 will not apply, since the trespasser is not a person claiming under or on behalf of the judgmentator, or a person claiming under a title created by the judgmentator subsequent to the attachment. So, how can an application under Rule 95 be maintained against that trespasser? Rule 95 or 96 will not apply. Probably the only course possible in such a contingency is to initiate proceedings under Rule 97 of Order 21. When he obstructs, then the right title interest are to be decided as if it is a suit, and an appeal is also provided. Rule 103 provides that it shall have the effect of a decree. Then the appellate power is there. Whereas Article 134 alone, this appellate power is not there, only revisional power vests, and that also within this short possible time. Whereas if it is a procedure which is prescribed under Rule 97 to 104, you get enough opportunity to adduce evidence, and where the title is the question, just like a title suit, instead of a title suit being filed, a same procedure, a two-tier litigation has been reduced to single-tier litigation. So instead of title suit, the application is there. That is enough. It is a substitute of a title suit. But you are denying this right on the basis of Article 134, the time lapses, therefore no suit lies. That is not a correct view. What is the logic in thinking that an auction purchaser would be deprived of his rights as a title holder only on the ground that he is an auction purchaser? The reasonable conclusion that can be had is that after the lapse of time under Article 134, the right to file a suit for recovery of possession or declaration of title or both continues to exist in the auction purchaser because he retains the power as a title holder and his title is not extinguished under Section 27 of the Limitation Act. It's clear. This is my personal view. You think of it. So thank you very much.